Hi everyone, I'm Nathan Blackwell, the co-creator, writer, director of Voyage Trekkers.
I'm Craig Curtis. I am the other co-creator and also a co-writer for Voyage Trekkers, and I also play General Kang and Info.
Oh, wait, you gotta do the thing. Wait, General Kang. So yeah, we are halfway through season 2 now, and we wanted to kind of take some of your questions and answer them. We wanted to also talk about the season so far.
Absolutely. Mid-season review.
Right.
I mean, it's much better than seeing the next episode. Okay, first question is from Thomas. Do you have an overall concept for what the Voyage Trekkers universe is like, or do you just wing it as you go? Also, what are your plans for season 12? I would say we do have a significant portion of the Voyage Trekkers universe fleshed out to some extent. I wouldn't necessarily say that it's written in stone, but we definitely have a pretty good idea of what the broader universe is like, what the characters' backstories are like, where we want the characters to go, and how to get there.
We had a ton of ideas during season 1 of, this would be a great episode, this would be a great episode, and none of those
right.
made it.
It's you have to have ideas for the future, otherwise you're just going to be kind of running on a treadmill, a creative treadmill. But you also, the ideas you have can't be set in stone. They have to be flexible based on what you can do, what you have available to do, and be able to put in new stuff that you come up with along the way.
Yeah,
So,
you've got to open yourself up to, okay, now I feel this is where the direction of the show goes.
Stephanie asks, are you guys Trekkies? And if so, which Star Trek series is your favorite?
Yeah, we're definitely Trekkies.
We're both Trekkies.
So I originally got into the original series movies, but if I had to pick just one Star Trek, it would be The Next Generation. That's really my Star Trek.
Yeah, I think we both, and especially, Trekkies of our generation,
Right.
which is not as young as it used to be, but we grew up, I think, in the large part on Star Trek The Next Generation. And that was definitely cemented my Star Trek awareness, even more than the movies did, because the movies were an occasional thing. They would come out occasionally. I'd go back to see Wrath of Khan, I'd see the third one, the fourth one, and so on. But definitely The Next Generation kind of established, more than the original series, the consciousness of what Star Trek is. And I think that's really kind of a generational thing.
Danielle asks, how many takes does it take to get the perfect scene? I mean, I don't think anybody ever feels like they get the perfect scene, but I would say as many takes as you can get. You should try to get that many takes, I guess, whatever time allows. I know David Fincher likes to do 90 to 100 takes sometimes. We're lucky if we can get 5 or 6. I'd be happy. I could pretty much be happy with 5 or 6. Sometimes just 1. Sometimes maybe 10. You can get up to 10, I guess, if you have time.
You want to talk about some mid-season stuff?
Oh, sure.
So yeah, we're now halfway through the season. So we saw the ship and we met a lot of the new crew members. We saw General Kang again.
Kang had his big return, and the arm is fine, thank you.
We got to see them in a very classic Next Generation moment where they're kind of like in disguise on a planet talking.
We had a couple of really good, I think, Next Generation tribute episodes. The down on the planet, the trying to intermingle and go incognito with a primitive race is a very Next Generation. And also the Dr. Rini with the kids, I felt was a very kids and crisis episode that you get every now and then for Next Generation
with
as well.
Like the Picard subplot.
And so it's great that she has to basically be put in charge of them in the middle of a firefight. I just think was a lovely concept to have a Raina specific show. We've had each of the main characters have had their own episode.
Powell's Last Stand was episode 5, and so it wasn't necessarily completely by design, but we wanted to make sure that every character got kind of their own episode, that they got kind of their own kind of time in the spotlight. And so it was strange, even though we have Sunstrike dueling King, that was never designed to be his episode. Actually, episode 6, which comes out in 2 weeks, it was the original Sunstrike episode. And the way that we wanted to really kind of top season 1 was having the last 4 episodes of season 2 be basically a 4-parter. Mm-hmm. So episodes 7, 8, 9, and 10.
It is like, because especially in season 1, well, in season 2, but especially in season 1, you are always getting the sense that you are catching the middle part of an episode.
Yeah.
They were already in the middle of the action. They were in trouble. The episode transpires, hijinks. They get in deeper trouble. The end.
Yeah.
And you never see them get into the trouble. You never see them get out of the trouble. And you feel like, oh, they're great, but you never see a complete episode. Mm-hmm. So one of the things you're getting with the 4-part finale, starting with episode 7, is this sense of a more complete episode.
Michael asks, when will director Nathan Blackwell make a cameo appearance?
Good question.
And I actually have already. If you watched season 2 of episode 1, I am that burnt silhouette that they're trying to clean up.
On the bridge, on the bridge, right over Sunstrike's shoulder, you see the Jacob asks, "What do you find most difficult when writing for a new episode? And is it easy to find inspiration without stepping on copyright laws?" For me, I think the most difficult aspect is keeping all of the characters involved. Because sometimes you get a scene, often you get a scene or a situation where, all right, this is really a Sunstrike scene, or this is really a Paolo Arena scene. And you're basically writing for one character, and, oh yeah, we have other characters in the show. Not just the big 3, but the other characters. And sometimes it's like, you'll write 3 or 4 episodes and realize, you know what, Jada hasn't been in any of these episodes yet. We gotta put him in there somewhere. We gotta find something for him to do. I think the biggest challenge of writing overall is brevity.
Yeah.
Walter asks, will you be releasing this show on DVD Blu-ray, and will the DVD have an extended edition of each episode?
We're definitely going to put out a season 2 DVD. The problem with the Blu-ray is that it's just so darn expensive. We may do some kind of limited edition of Blu-rays that we burn ourselves. We're still not sure on that. In regards to the extended versions of each episode, there's actually not too much left over from the episodes that, since they're so tight, since they're only like 4, 5, 6, 7 minutes long, there's not too much left over.
Right.
We will have deleted scenes and outtakes.
Yeah, we're gonna have lots of goodies on the season 2 DVD that you can't get anywhere else, even on the internet for free.
Right. Yeah, we'll probably put out a couple of outtakes and deleted scenes on the interwebs, but we'll have the full amount on the DVD.
Absolutely. Stephen asks, among other things, does Info wish to be human, and why not? He is the ship's staffed robot. He's been with the Remarkable as long as there's been a Remarkable.
So yeah, he's 80 years old.
And he is basically of a model of robot that no longer exists. It's not that, they don't make him anymore. It's that they don't exist anymore except really for him. They were all exterminated because they revolted against their human masters, except for Info because he had a programming error.
Right. So Info was one of the few assassin robots that didn't flip on their masters.
Yeah, their execute order 66 command. If you're a Star Wars fan, all the robots revolted except for Info. So he's like that one stormtrooper who didn't get the message and stayed loyal to the Republic. And so his reward is that he wasn't destroyed, and he gets to stay on the Remarkable and be their staff robot.
Thank you so much. If you have any more questions about the show, go ahead and throw them down in the YouTube's comments. Next week, Wednesday, will be a brand new episode 6.
Episode 6.
That'll be a lot of fun. Even though it mainly focuses on something brand new that we're going to learn about Sunstrike, something very important, we wanted to have a lot of the other characters in there as well.
It is really a good ensemble episode.
Yeah, even though it was
even though it is a Sunstrike episode.
This is the Sunstrike development episode.
Yes.
It was the last episode that we shot And so we just felt like we needed to toss in everyone, and so we just kind of, so yeah, it'll be fun.
Everyone except info.
Right, everyone except info.